In this video, we'll take a look at Splashtop's autonomous endpoint management capabilities. Whether you're managing endpoints manually today, or are using Intune or another RMM solution, adding Splashtop AEM to your toolset has several benefits. You can respond faster to vulnerabilities across your environment with AI-assisted CVE insights and the ability to patch your endpoints in real time, reducing security risks. You can set and forget automated policy-driven endpoint configurations and really make sure that your endpoints adhere to a standard defined by your organization. This way, you get enhanced security and real-time control across your fleet. AEM gives you fast scripting, proactive monitoring, automated remediation, as well as remote troubleshooting, including high-performance remote control, as well as background actions that give you access to the computer without interrupting the end user. This way, you can quickly resolve issues and execute routine IT tasks easily across multiple endpoints. You can simplify complex compliance processes with customizable dashboards and detailed reporting for software and hardware. Using a singular dashboard, you get visibility across your entire environment, across multiple device types and operating systems. All of this gives you more automation, increases your team's efficiency, and results in cost savings. You get the endpoint management capabilities you need without the complexity and cost of traditional RMM tools. You can reduce the dependency on multiple tools for different use cases, like remote access and support, endpoint management, end-user remote access for work from home, BYOD and mobile device support, antivirus, EDR, and so on. You can streamline operations while significantly lowering overall costs for your team. With this, let's jump right into the product. To access the endpoint management features, go to my.splashtop.com. Once you log in, on the dashboard, you see an overview of the environment and the health of your devices. In the Computers Overview widget, you see a breakdown of your computers by OS, OS build, streamer version, as well as the vulnerabilities associated with the operating systems and the computers impacted by them. Here you see a quick view of the software patches that are either pending approval. I have none at the moment, those that have been approved and are waiting scheduled install, or the patches that have failed. You can easily drill down into each of these to identify the computers that have been impacted and remediate as needed. In the Endpoint Security widget, you see an overview of the AV software that's installed across the computers, and important information like the virus definitions that are out of date, unacknowledged threats, computers that have no AV installed, and so on. Other information you can easily access are alerts that have been triggered across your computers that are pending Windows updates, upcoming tasks that are scheduled to run across your computers, those that have been executed, and so on. Going back to the Computers Overview widget, if you click on the CVE information here, that takes you to more details about it. You can either access the CVE information here or leverage our AI-generated summary that gives you a quick overview of the CVE, including the risk to your environment, the impact, as well as solutions that will help address the CVE. You can either set up an OS patch policy, which I'll show you in just a bit, or immediately patch the computers. From here, you can right away apply an update to the affected computers and mitigate the CVE. Now let's take a look at our endpoint policies. From here, you can standardize configuration settings across your endpoints, making sure that they are compliant and reduce manual error when you are maintaining your computers. Let's take a look at the policy. This is our streamer settings. Once you deploy the Splashtop streamer across your computers, from here you have access to maintain or change settings like the idle session timeout, hiding the streamer tray icon from the end users, other security settings, control settings, as well as performance configurations. This is our software patch policy that gives you full control over when you want to scan, update the software patches, as well as reboot the computers after the update. From here, you add the software that you want supported by the policy. We are constantly adding new software to our supported list and do prioritize as per our customer requirements. You also have the option to decide between automatic or manual approval for the software patches. You can install the software if not detected on the computer that's enrolled into the policy. You can also define a pre-approved version of the software. Next up is our OS patch policy, which, similar to the software patch, gives you full control on the OS updates. You also have control over manual or automated approvals by patch category. So for example, you can set the security and critical updates to automated approvals, but then manually decide which of the other updates you would like to make happen. You can also do full major Windows OS upgrades. So for example, upgrading computers from Windows 10 to 11. Okay, next up is our endpoint configuration policy, which allows you to manage screen lock settings for computers, set password settings, push Wi-Fi profiles to your computers, set proxy settings, as well as Windows firewall settings, including allowing or not allowing exceptions. Once you assign computers to this policy, it ensures that the computers maintain the standard you decide using these settings. The policy framework also allows you to create child policy and define override settings within the child policy. You can achieve ringed updates across your environment using this policy framework, deciding which updates occur on which computer groups first to mitigate the risk of new deployments and get really full control on how the updates occur across your various computer groups. Let's now take a look at our scripting and monitoring capabilities. You can execute scripts and tasks across multiple endpoints simultaneously. You can choose to either run them right away or save them to run at another time. Some of the common actions you can execute are system reboot. You can notify the computer X minutes before the reboot. You can do OS updates, remote command, including PowerShell, push executable files, remote installs, and also transfer files across multiple endpoints simultaneously. As I mentioned before, you can either execute them right away or save to run at another time. From here, you can choose the date and the time you want the action to run, as well as the computer groups you want it to run on. These actions get saved into the library here and also get used as a smart action when an alert is triggered. Let's take a look at that next. These are the alert profiles. You can monitor various aspects of the endpoints like CPU utilization, memory usage, disk space, when a computer comes online and offline, software is installed or uninstalled, hardware is removed or added, and so on. Here, for example, I have an alert created on disk space. To get alerted if it is less than 10%, I can choose to get notified via email and also trigger a smart action, which is basically a script that will run to free up space on the target computer when this alert is triggered. This way you can automate a lot of the routine remediation tasks, easily save it as a script, and automatically run when an alert is triggered. Okay, now let's take a look at our endpoint security dashboard. From here, you have clear visibility into the AV status across all your computers. You can see whether the protections enabled or disabled. Also the last scan time, any threats detected, and so on. I can filter from here to only look at the Bitdefender tools and Splashtop AV since I have those installed on my computers. If you purchase Splashtop AV through here, you can also manage policies for it, as well as execute actions like updating the status, updating the virus definition, scanning the computers, installing the AV, and so on. You also have access to comprehensive logs, including the remote access or remote control session, as well as all the endpoint management tasks that get executed on the endpoints. Our computer inventory is another handy tool that gives you a view of all the system hardware and software inventory across the computers. You can customize the view here, choose the columns that you would like to see, and also do an export of the information you need. So you can easily send the information for an audit and make sure that you are compliant. Our software inventory also gives you an easy way to view all the software that's deployed across your computers, which you can easily see the computers that have outdated software or unauthorized software installed on them. This can really speed up your audit and compliance processes and gives you all the information you need at your fingertips. Okay, now in a different scenario, let's say you want to access a particular computer, either to troubleshoot or do some system checks, etc. A couple ways you can do that. As you know, as long as you have the streamer deployed on the computer, you can start a remote control session instantly. So from here, you can just access the computer as if you were sitting right at it. In this case, you would have full control over the computer, keyboard, mouse, etc. Another way to do that is to access a computer via background actions. So from here, you can access the task manager, service manager, registry editor, device manager, and execute remote commands. All of this is silent in the background, and the end user is not interrupted when you access the computer via these. So this is a handy tool to where you do not have to wait for after business hours to execute key tasks, and you can easily access vital information through these background actions. That brings us to the end of this demo. We have a very exciting roadmap for Splashtop AEM in the coming months. Contact us to learn more. We also offer a 30-day free trial with no commitment. Check it out today.